It's spring 2025, and the question is, can we still make a family dinner for $5 or less? I think we can. To top it off, this meal is high protein, and I even snuck in a few veggies because sometimes you have to sneak them in when you have kids.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to my kitchen. We have a really quick make-ahead dinner recipe that cost $5. Now, as always, I'm not in charge of grocery prices, so it could be more or less wherever you live. It is early, first thing Sunday morning, so I am fresh-faced, got my skincare done, but we are heading into the kitchen to make this quick, easy dinner. So that way we have something made ahead for later today. My future self always thanks my current self for thinking of her in the future. Let's go. Wait, before we get started, please give this video a huge thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. Now let's go.
Our ingredients today to make this high protein make-ahead casserole is 1 bag of pasta for 99 cents, a red bell pepper for 79 cents, a jar of Alfredo sauce for $1.79. Note, I did have a $1 coupon for that, and a cottage cheese for $2, bringing my total to $5.57. Like I mentioned, this is a make-ahead meal, but you don't have to do that. You can go ahead and enjoy it right away, but I love meal prepping things, and also the nice thing about making a casserole is once you prep it, you really only have to throw it in the oven and it feels like it's completely fresh. So I know this is going to be a later weeknight meal. I think I mentioned at the beginning it was going to be a Sunday night meal. It's not. Sunday night's usually like leftover night for us. So the first thing I did was spray my glass baking dish. It's a 9x13. Get my pasta water going, and then I added about a quarter of the Alfredo sauce to the bottom. I find that this helps a lot with pasta dishes to get the bottom noodles really moist. You can also like mix this all together and then pour it in the baking dish, but I find when I layer it, it tastes better when it's baking. Like every single noodle just gets hit differently. Be really, really good if you have some breadcrumbs on hand to throw on the top. I did go ahead and decide to add red pepper to this, but different options you could use would be like broccoli would be really good. You could use mushrooms, onions, since there is already mushrooms in the sauce I'm using. It's just another veggie that I kind of snuck in. My daughter does really like vegetables, so I really don't have to sneak them in. These are still cut a little big for her, so when it comes to mealtime, I will cut them a little bit smaller just because we do baby-led weaning. Typically, if I give her a pepper, I give her a long piece so she can chew it herself. These are a little bit of a choking hazard, even though they will be a little bit softer when cooked. Another option you can do if you want to make this higher in protein is you can use a protein pasta like this Banza pasta. Do note, though, that this is 8 ounces of pasta, so you'd have to double it. But it does increase the protein per serving from 15 grams of protein to 35, which is a big jump. However, you're going to spend about $6 more on this meal if you double that pasta and use that specific brand. So once my pasta is ready to go, I go ahead and I just drain it. I don't rinse it. I want that extra cooking water on it to just kind of add into the creaminess of this delicious casserole. Is it a casserole if it's pasta, or is it a hot dish? Anyways, super simple seasonings. I use some salt in my pasta water, and then I'm going to add some garlic and paprika because I thought those flavors would go really well with the red pepper. So I add about half my pasta to the bottom of the dish, and then I go ahead and just start building layers, adding the peppers, and then some cottage cheese and then Alfredo sauce. You don't have to do the layering thing. I just think it tastes so much better. And the only thing that I think this really needs to really amp it up is some breadcrumbs on the top to add a nice crunchiness to the top. Super good. Serve this with some garlic bread, garlic toast, a nice salad on the side, and you have a super easy weeknight dinner that is made ahead on the weekend. One of the things that I've been doing recently, and I really need to get a video out of it, is I make a few dinners ahead like this. And it's just like super easy. I've been marinating tofu. That one is still coming. Don't worry. I just have to get that out of the editor. And then I can just go ahead and pull that out of the fridge pre-marinated and pop it onto our grill. So just super easy things that I can think of my future self when I'm really busy during the week working. I have things ready to go, but things don't always have to be meal prepped. I don't know, it just makes things in life easier and meals feel different, if you will. So anyways, I'm just continuing to layer things here. Let me know down below, what are some of the things you like to have for dinner? Give me some new ideas. I feel like one of the things nobody ever told me as an adult is that you're making food all the time. You're keeping everybody alive, okay? I didn't realize how much went into that. When it was just me, it seemed a lot simpler, but now that I have like a little family, I got to keep everybody alive, got to keep everybody fed. So let me know some ideas that you do for weeknight dinners. I'd love to hear from you down below. Just because I personally need some more ideas. I have a lot of dinner ideas coming for you guys, but those are past things that we've already had. So I feel like I could really use some new things. Also, different elements you could add to this. Like I said, it is 15 grams of protein using the ingredients that I have. If you want to add more protein, you could use a different amount of cheese, a different Alfredo. You could add some tofu mixed with the Alfredo, like a creamy tofu, like a soft tofu mixed with the Alfredo to amp up the protein even more. If you want to do other elements of protein, you could definitely do that too. But I really, like I said, I really like this like lasagna kind of layering. I have a recipe with these lasagna noodles. I need to make that one again now that I'm thinking of it. I will link that recipe for you guys. They're lasagna roll-ups. I feel like my daughter would love those now that I'm thinking about it. All right, here is the finished product. Super good. I let this cool for a few minutes and I popped the lid on it and I baked it at 350 for 35 minutes and it was so good. Like I said, served it with some garlic bread and a salad. It was the perfect weeknight dinner and we had leftovers.